Right now it's 6. Tracking the storms. We're in for some severe weather across the DMV today with the possibility of heavy rain and high winds. Chief Meteorologist Tucker Barnes tracks it all hour by hour. An overnight shooting near a hospital. As police investigate, we're live with what we've learned so far. Power line pushback. A company has plans to build a massive transmission line right near homes and schools in Northern Virginia. But we'll hear why residents who live near the site are concerned. And new speed limits to save lives, where drivers will need to go slower around Montgomery County. Your News at 6 starts now. Good morning to you. It's 6 o'clock. Thank you for joining us here on Fox 5 and streaming on Fox Local.
Yeah, good morning. Glad to have you here with us on this Tuesday. Hopefully you enjoyed yesterday because we got some changes coming our way from what I hear.
Yeah, well, warm front coming through right now, so we're already more humid out there. It was actually a really nice day yesterday.
It was beautiful.
Very pleasant.
Yeah.
More humid and eventually showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. Some could be on the strong side later this afternoon, so that's the big weather change that Jacqueline just hinted at. 77 to start your morning in Washington. Just clouds out there at this hour. We do have some showers just out to the west. We'll talk about the interplay of the morning showers and if they'll impact our afternoon thunderstorm threat coming up. But could be some early to mid-morning showers, and then we'll look for these late-day thunderstorms. Warm and humid this afternoon. Daytime highs about 90. More in just a moment. Anime?
All right. Thanks. Talking about the morning right now, your morning commute for this Tuesday morning. Going ahead to the Metro green and yellow line there for your Tuesday morning rail commute. This is basically expecting residual delays in both directions. That is following an earlier train malfunction at Hyattsville Crossing. So again, keep that in mind affecting your green and your orange line this morning. Back to you.
We begin with a Fox 5 news alert. This one out of the district where a shooting investigation is underway near a hospital in Northwest.
Right now, we want to bring in our Melanie Alnwick. She is live at the scene with the latest details. Mel, what can you tell us at this hour?
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, so the scene is now clear, but investigators are working to put together the pieces of exactly what happened here. So we are right at Michigan Avenue and First Street. This is one of the entrances to MedStar Washington Hospital Center, and this entire block was shut down overnight as police worked on their investigation. They initially said it was something that happened at North Capitol Street, just down the block, but as you're about to see in the video that our Jim Loke shot when he got on scene last night, they were really focusing a lot of their attention here at the corner at First and Michigan. You're going to notice that crime tape stretched all the way down the street. Now, it was about 12:18 when the call came out for the shooting here, and they had shut down Michigan Avenue for the investigation. That downed scooter, also one of the things that was being looked at on this scene. Now, according to our sources, we do believe that the victim may be a juvenile. That call coming in again for someone who was shot, and investigators with D.C. police do say that they currently are on the lookout for some suspects. They're describing them as 3 juvenile males. They say that those 3 juvenile males were on a scooter, all suspects wearing all black clothing with masks. We're working to try to get an update from D.C. police in terms of the condition of that victim and get for you a confirmed age of the person who was shot. But currently, this is an active investigation. Again, yet another juvenile injured by gunfire here in D.C.
Happening today, Montgomery County Police are holding a 1 p.m. news conference to ask for the public's help in identifying a driver and vehicle in a fatal hit and run. This event will take place at Montgomery County Public Safety Headquarters. Sergeant Eli Kinzer of the Collision Reconstruction Unit and Captain David Reed of the Traffic Operations Division will talk about that collision that claimed the life of 61-year-old Hannah Legayawu.
Also today, the Montgomery County Council will vote on a bill that would restrict ghost guns. The bill creates a 100-yard buffer zone for concealed carry near public buildings and spaces. It's in response to a Maryland Supreme Court decision in April to strike down a similar bill. The court ruled it was a problem for people with a state license who were traveling on highways near public buildings. A local gun rights group has vowed to sue the county if the council does pass that proposed bill.
Fighting over the Strait of Hormuz is intensifying as the U.S. and Iran continue to exchange attacks. Tehran targeted another tanker early this morning, forcing the crew to abandon ship. While the U.S. launched another round of airstrikes, but as the two countries inch closer to an all-out war, there are signs that peace talks could potentially resume. Iran's interior minister has traveled to Pakistan, which is a key mediator in the conflict. The latest strikes come as the Pentagon has identified the two soldiers who were killed by an Iranian attack on a U.S. base in Jordan. 19-year-old Private Isabella Gonzalez and 25-year-old First Lieutenant Tyler James Freehand were killed in the early hours of Saturday. U.S. Central Command also reporting a third service member missing. They are examining unidentified remains found Sunday.
Happening today, President Trump will meet with Lebanon's President Joseph Aoun, Lebanon's leader, pushing for a full Israeli troop withdrawal following last month's failed framework agreement to end the war. Both leaders also expected to discuss a historic plan to strip Iranian-backed militant group Hezbollah, which is based out of Lebanon, of its weapons there. This will be the first trip to Washington by a Lebanese head of state since 2009.
A tropical storm warning has been issued for Alabama, the Alabama-Florida border, and parts of Louisiana as forecasters track Tropical Storm Bertha. That storm is slowly drifting towards the Gulf Coast from the Gulf of Mexico and is expected to bring with it torrential rainfall, potential flash flooding towards Texas. That storm, which was captured off of the Gulf of Mexico yesterday on satellite imagery, you see it on your screen there, as Hurricane Fausto in the Pacific continues to form off the coast of the Baja Peninsula in California. That storm is not expected to make landfall.
All right, 6:05 this morning. Let's get a live look here in our area this morning. Live look out towards the Capitol on this Tuesday morning.
Yeah, and we're looking at potentially an active day.
Yeah.
So not so much this morning. Maybe we'll get a few showers this morning. This afternoon, the big question is, do we get a lot of sunshine midday? The more sunshine we get, the more instability and stronger storms we get later this afternoon. So
Could be eventful.
Yeah, we'll look out for it. Again, it's the same routine as we've had many times this summer. Not everybody gets a strong storm, but, you know, if you get one, you got to really be ready for it, as things could turn bad in a hurry for you. Strong storms in the forecast for parts of the region later today is the headline here. All right, warm and sticky is the word. Sticky is the word of the day. 77. We've gotten humid out there early this morning. We'll see daytime highs about 90. We've got clouds being reported across the region here. And at the moment, no rain, but you can see a few showers working in from the west. So it's been a warm front working through this morning, and that will get north and east of us, and we'll pop into that warm, humid sector for the morning hours. And then this afternoon, cold front, you kind of see the line of it out there to the west, will start to approach, and there's some showers there from Toronto stretching back down towards St. Louis. That will move into a very warm, very sticky atmosphere, and we're likely to see storms break out across the region here, with some of those storms being very much on the strong side. So more on the forecast in just a moment, but 90 this afternoon. Again, the timing on the worst of the storms, probably 4 to 8 p.m. All right, quick shout outs and quick reminder to get the Fox local app. Okay, I won't show you the QR code, but make sure you get it. All right, let's do the fan club. All right, we got to thank you to a certain soccer player. I'm not sure who this Messi guy is, but we'll do it. Thank you, Messi. You will always be the best ever. We love you. That's Eduardo in Manassas Park. Just kidding you. I think we all know who he is, and what a great career he's had. And I think he's going to keep playing, right?
Not the next World Cup.
Yeah.
4 years
Maybe
from
not the
now.
next World Cup, but he still played in the MLS.
Playing, yeah, but
that's my
Oh,
point.
yeah.
All right. Thank you all for getting involved in that conversation. You guys are all very helpful.
welcome.
All right, Jackie in Washington, D.C. July 21st is my birthday, and I'm proud to say this is chapter 68 of my journey here on Earth. Jackie, we love it. I love what you wrote there, and just
happy
happiest
birthday,
68th
Jack.
to you. Big smile on your face, and I'm glad you're loving the journey here in the Mid-Atlantic. All right, scan me in the upper right-hand corner. We do birthdays. We'll give Messi a shout-out. Maybe even we can say something nice about Annie Mae if you want. Okay, how's traffic?
That's up for debate.
Yeah.
Can you say something nice about me? Stay tuned. We'll take a look here on the outer loop of the Beltway. 95 across to Georgia. Just looking at drive times there. It's about 8 minutes for 5 miles. Actually looking pretty good here as we are now into the 6 o'clock hour. BW Parkway clear in both directions, headed north or headed southbound. Branch Avenue, this is northbound towards the Beltway from 301. It's about 12 minutes for 9 miles. And then finally 210 northbound, not seeing any incidents. Just about 20 minutes for your commute Berry Road towards the Beltway. Marissa?
Annie Mae, thank you. The fight over a controversial power line project in Loudoun County enters a new phase this morning.
That's right. After state regulators refused to delay the project, opponents now taking their battle to the Virginia Supreme Court. Our Maureen Ume live in Ashburn with the latest this morning.
That's right. So these homeowners say they are prepared to fight this all the way. They say if they don't, what's going to happen is the character of their neighborhood is going to change dramatically, not just in the way it looks with these 180-foot towers towering above their homes, but also for health and other issues. They say their homes also could be taken by eminent domain. So they plan to fight this entire thing. The Virginia State Corporation Commission, they have denied a request to delay Dominion Energy's proposed Golden to Mars transmission line. That is the name of this project. The project would bring, again, 185-foot transmission towers through parts of Ashburn, including areas near homes and school property. Dominion says the line is needed to meet Northern Virginia's growing demand for electricity. But opponents argue that the route puts families and students too close to high-voltage transmission lines, and they say other options should be considered. The commission ruled that delaying the project any longer could jeopardize reliable electric service across Virginia. Now, one homeowner we spoke to who lives in the Ashburn Loudoun Valley estates where I'm at right now, she says this is where the power lines could go in. She says she's very disappointed by what's happened.
Here 25 years ago, it's because all this natural environment. It's not because the data center or the power line. So we're going to fight, we're going to continue to fight until we get a justice.
So again, this is a fight that could go on for a while because Northern Virginia's power issues are known. They are being threatened because the power grid is just not enough to support all the power needed in the Commonwealth. And so this is an issue that's playing out. Homeowners here say this fight is more than them. They're really setting a precedent for how this whole thing plays out throughout the state. That is the latest for now. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Maureen, thank you. And that's our Instapoll question this morning. We're asking, should large power line projects be allowed to be built in neighborhoods? Right now, 67% of you say no, 33% of you say yes. This is a live poll, so you can weigh in by scanning that QR code on your screen. You can also head to our website, fox5dc.com/Instapoll. Certainly something that a lot of people have their opinions on. So we want to know what you at home are thinking. As you see, it just quickly changed. 84% no, going up nearly 20% just with a few seconds there.
It is 6:11. A man was killed when a suspect in a stolen car slammed into his moped during a chase. Now the victim's family is demanding answers as authorities are searching for who's to blame. We'll hear from them.
And a driver in Baltimore swallowed up by this sinkhole. The latest on crews' efforts to repair the street.